Have you ever wondered why some people in their 80s can still climb mountains, carry heavy grocery bags, or even chase their grandkids across the yard, while others struggle just to rise from a chair? The difference isn't luck, and it isn't about rare genes. The real culprit is sarcopenia, a silent thief that can steal up to half your muscle mass by the age of 80, affecting over 50 million seniors worldwide. But here's the surprising part. Science shows it doesn't have to be this way. Around the world, there are men and women in their 90s still standing tall, strong, and independent. What's their secret? They've tapped into a handful of daily habits most people have never heard of. And the best news? You don't need complicated routines or expensive treatments. Stick with me, because I'll share the practical steps you can start today to restore muscle strength and protect your independence for years to come. Muscle loss from aging is no small matter. Known as sarcopenia, it's one of the most difficult challenges of later life. By the time you reach 80, your muscles may have shrunk by nearly half compared to your youth, leaving you weaker and more vulnerable. This isn't just another statistic. It's a wake-up call that touches millions around the world. Sarcopenia isn't simply about losing strength. It's a silent thief that robs independence, freedom, and quality of life from over 50 million seniors. People who once prided themselves on strength and agility now find themselves struggling with simple tasks like rising from a chair or climbing a short flight of stairs. The consequences reach far beyond limited mobility. Weak muscles make falls more likely, and falls are one of the leading reasons older adults end up in the hospital. Each year, more than 300,000 seniors are rushed to the ER because of falls tied to muscle loss. And these accidents don't just bruise the body. They wound the spirit, leaving many feeling less confident and less in control of daily life. Sarcopenia is relentless. It turns what should be golden years into a constant battle to preserve what strength remains. Even more alarming, it doesn't discriminate. This condition affects men and women alike, whether they live in bustling cities or quiet countryside towns. As muscles weaken, balance falters, and the risk of falling rises, many become trapped in a cycle of dependence and helplessness. That's why sarcopenia is considered one of the greatest enemies of aging, a hidden threat that too often goes unnoticed until it's too late. Yet even in this grim reality, there is still a glimmer of hope. Research in the Journal of Physiology delivers a surprising twist, challenging the belief that severe muscle loss is unavoidable with age. Scientists discovered that not everyone shares the same fate. Some people in their 70s and even 80s show strength, mobility, and vitality that rival those decades younger. While many of their peers struggle with basic tasks like gripping objects or walking without help, these remarkable individuals remain fully independent well into their 90s. What sets them apart? It isn't luck or special genes. It's the consistent habits they've practiced over time. They don't just preserve their muscles, they outperform many younger adults in strength tests. These seniors are still climbing mountains, playing sports, and embracing physical activities that others half their age can only dream about. And their secret isn't a magic pill or high-tech solution. It lies in how they approach aging with proactive and smart choices. Studies now confirm that muscle decline isn't a destiny we're forced to accept. It can be slowed or even reversed if we understand and apply the right strategies. For millions worried about the future, this is proof that age doesn't have to be an unbeatable enemy. Sarcopenia, with all the havoc it brings, is a warning. But it also reminds us that action can change the outcome. It challenges us to rethink how we live, how we care for ourselves, and how we prepare for the years ahead. While many seniors accept decline as inevitable, others, often called superagers, prove that age is truly just a number. They refuse to let sarcopenia steal their freedom, instead using it as motivation to act. Their stories remind us that no matter how old we are, we can still take charge of our health if we're willing to commit to change. This leads us to look closer at the habits and strategies they follow. Practical steps any of us can adopt to not just live longer, but live stronger. Now let's talk about the secret of healthy aging. When most people imagine old age, they picture someone shuffling slowly, struggling to lift even light objects, or straining just to rise from a chair. But here's the remarkable truth. Not every senior fits that image. Many in their 70s and even 80s still carry the strength, flexibility, and vitality of someone decades younger. And this isn't a fantasy. It's a reality backed by science, including findings from the Journal of Physiology. While many of their peers battle daily limitations, these exceptional individuals remain active, vibrant, and fully independent into their 90s. What sets them apart? It isn't superior genes or medical miracles. It's the smart, consistent habits they've built over the years. These healthy seniors don't just preserve their muscles, they surpass expectations. They often outperform younger folks in strength tests, whether lifting weights or simply staying steady on their feet. Imagine an 80-year-old still hiking mountains, swinging a tennis racket, or playing sports. Many people in their 40s wouldn't even attempt. These aren't rare exceptions. They're living proof that age doesn't have to set hard limits. Research confirms that muscle decline, or sarcopenia, isn't an unstoppable force. It can be slowed, even reversed, with the right approach. These individuals defy the stereotype that aging equals weakness, not by luck, but by deliberately choosing a smarter lifestyle. So, what's their secret? It's not rocket science or expensive treatments. It comes down to simple, consistent habits grounded in science. First, they never let their bodies idle, a mistake many seniors make. They stay active with resistance training, not just light activity, but structured routines that gradually challenge their muscles. They know the rule: use it or lose it, and they keep nudging themselves beyond their comfort zone. But exercise isn't the only piece of the puzzle. Diet plays a critical role too. Instead of loading up on protein all at once, they spread it throughout the day, maximizing muscle building with a method researchers call protein timing. Beyond that, these so-called super-agers focus on details most people ignore, like maintaining healthy vitamin D levels and keeping inflammation under control. They make sure to get sunlight or use supplements to activate muscle-strengthening genes while preventing chronic inflammation, a hidden culprit behind muscle loss. Some even embrace short bursts of cold or heat to spark protective responses in their cells. These may sound like minor tweaks, but practiced consistently, they create a ripple effect that helps the body fight aging more effectively. And it's not just about physical strength. These individuals remain sharp, energetic, and full of life. They don't treat old age as a time to slow down, but as an opportunity to keep moving forward. They prove that real strength isn't only in the muscles, but also in the mind and the determination to stay consistent. Research from respected institutions like the Mayo Clinic and Harvard confirms these habits truly reshape the way we age. Yet, most seniors never hear about them, often overlooked by standard medical advice. While many doctors suggest easing up, these superagers take the opposite path, choosing a purposeful, active lifestyle. They stand as living reminders that age doesn't dictate everything. With the right knowledge and steady effort, we all have the power to guide our own future. It's something anyone willing to make a change can embrace. These people aren't just living longer, they're living better. And that's the lesson worth holding on to, turning our later years into some of the most meaningful and rewarding chapters of life. 7 important habits stand out here. Aging doesn't have to mean giving in to frailty, low energy, or the slow fading of what makes life enjoyable, especially when it comes to muscle strength. Around the world, millions face sarcopenia, that hidden condition quietly eroding muscle mass and function as the years add up. Yet there's a remarkable group who refuse to accept this decline. They aren't simply hanging on to independence, they're thriving, showing a vitality and power that often surpasses those decades younger. Picture them scaling mountain trails, lifting weights in the gym, shooting hoops on the court, or simply radiating an energy that leaves 50-year-olds amazed. Their secret isn't hidden in rare genes, luck, or a mythical fountain of youth. It comes down to 7 deliberate, science-backed habits that can slow muscle loss, or in some cases, even reverse it. These practices aren't just theories buried in journals. They've been rigorously confirmed by experts from renowned institutions like Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and Tufts University. Together, these habits create a powerful blueprint, offering real hope and a practical guide for anyone ready to transform later years into a time of strength, purpose, and renewed vitality. Habit 1 is progressive resistance training, the true foundation of strength. Tufts. University researchers have even called it the most powerful anti-aging drug ever discovered. This isn't about casual strolls or light dips in the pool. These healthy seniors commit to structured resistance workouts that truly challenge their muscles. Think compound movements, squats, deadlifts, bench presses, rows, performed with careful focus on eccentric control, lowering the weight slowly over 3 to 5 seconds. This maximizes muscle tension while protecting aging joints from unnecessary strain. Studies from the University of Alabama revealed that just 2 30-minute sessions a week can deliver remarkable results. A 35% boost in strength and an average gain of over 3 pounds of lean muscle in only 12 weeks. The key is progressive overload, a steady commitment to increasing the challenge, whether by adding weight, squeezing out one more rep, or trimming rest time. These seniors grasp a simple truth. Muscles won't grow or even stay steady without a reason to adapt. It's not about reckless intensity, but smart, gradual pressure that keeps the body responding year after year. Habit 2 is safeguarding nerve-muscle connections, the vital brain-body link. Muscles can't function alone. They depend on precise communication from the nervous system to activate fibers and coordinate movement. With age, this network weakens, undermining strength and agility no matter how hard one trains. Healthy seniors fight back by engaging in activities that sharpen coordination and reinforce these pathways. Tai Chi with its slow, mindful motions, ballroom dancing with split-second timing, or tennis with quick reflexes all keep the system alive. Even simple practices like box breathing, inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, then holding again, strengthen this connection. Research from the University of Michigan shows that just 5 minutes of this technique can boost muscle activation by 15%, calming the mind while firing up neural circuits. Consider an 82-year-old grandmother in California who still dominates her weekly tennis league. Her secret? A lifelong dedication to keeping brain and body in perfect harmony. Proof that true strength is as much about wiring as it is about muscle. Habit 3 is about amplifying key micronutrients beyond protein. Protein often gets the spotlight in muscle conversations, and it deserves it, but it's only part of the story. Healthy seniors know micronutrients like magnesium, creatine, and methyl B12 are the hidden heroes powering muscle repair and resilience. Magnesium, deficient in more than 70% of older adults, is the forgotten electrolyte. It drives over 300 enzymatic reactions tied to muscle function, from energy production to contraction. Creatine, at 3 to 5 grams a day, isn't just for young athletes. Research from McMaster University shows it boosts muscle energy stores and even sharpens cognitive clarity in older adults. Methyl B12, a bioavailable form of vitamin B12, supports nerve health and counters absorption issues common with aging digestion. The evidence is clear. A University of Vermont study showed seniors with healthy magnesium levels had 30% greater grip strength than their peers. These individuals fuel up with magnesium-rich nuts like almonds, leafy greens such as spinach, and fatty fish like salmon, creating a nutrient synergy that amplifies every lift and step. Habit 4 is taming daily inflammation, the silent muscle killer. Chronic inflammation, often called inflammaging, quietly breaks down muscle tissue faster than the body can repair it. Healthy seniors fight back with lifestyle strategies. They make restorative sleep a priority, aiming for 7 to 8 hours in a dark, quiet room to lower cortisol and boost recovery. Their meals overflow with variety, more than 30 plant foods a week, from berries to broccoli, paired with probiotics from yogurt, kefir, or fermented vegetables like sauerkraut. They also supplement with 2 to 3 grams of omega-3s daily, from wild-caught fish or high-quality fish oil, and add curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, for its powerful anti-inflammatory punch. Exercise stays balanced, mostly moderate, with short bursts of higher intensity to spark adaptation without tipping into overtraining. Research from Tufts University shows the payoff clearly. Seniors who manage inflammation effectively lose muscle mass 3 times more slowly than their peers. Imagine a 78-year-old man in Oregon still deadlifting twice his body weight, crediting his anti-inflammatory diet and habits for his enduring strength. Habit 5 is about optimizing vitamin D, the true muscle vitamin. Vitamin D activates genes that regulate growth and repair, yet more than 80% of seniors fall short. The strongest among them don't let this slide. They keep blood levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter through a smart mix of 2,000 to 4,000 IU supplements, foods like fatty fish, mackerel or sardines, along with egg yolks, fortified dairy, and when possible, 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun. A study in JAMA Internal Medicine highlights the stakes. Seniors with healthy vitamin D levels enjoy 25% greater muscle strength and a far lower risk of falls. Take, for example, an 85-year-old woman in Florida who still walks 5 miles daily. Her steady stride is fueled by careful attention to her vitamin D, proving it's a cornerstone of late-life resilience. Habit 6 is all about mastering protein timing, because when you eat, it matters as much as what you eat. Protein isn't just about piling on grams. It's about precision. Healthy seniors don't randomly cram protein into a single meal. Instead, they spread out 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein. Think eggs, grilled salmon, black beans, or thick Greek yogurt, across 3 meals a day. This takes advantage of the 3 to 4 hour anabolic window after eating, when muscle protein synthesis is at its peak. A University of Texas study found this method boosts muscle-building efficiency by 25% over just 12 weeks compared to the common habit of loading up at dinner. Take a 79-year-old man from Texas. For years, he skipped breakfast protein. Then he started blending whey into his morning oatmeal, and within 3 months, he gained 1.2 pounds of muscle. Proof that timing can turn a good habit into a great one. Habit 7 is about embracing hormetic stress, strength through controlled challenge. It may sound counterintuitive, but brief doses of stress can awaken longevity genes and fortify muscle resilience. Seniors who thrive often include practices like 30 to 60 seconds of cold showers, 4 to 7 sauna sessions per week, or intermittent fasting with meals confined to an 8 to 10 hour window. Research from the Buck Institute is striking. Regular sauna use can slash muscle loss by 40%, while fasting has been shown to improve muscle quality by 10% in just 12 weeks. An 81-year-old woman from Finland is living proof. She still jogs lightly through her neighborhood, crediting her decades-long habit of post-run saunas for keeping her muscles strong and her spirit fierce. These stressors aren't about punishment. They're strategic nudges, reminding the body to stay sharp and resilient. The core message is simple. Sarcopenia, the gradual muscle loss tied to aging, is a silent enemy that millions face. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be your destiny. Men and women in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s can still hold on to remarkable muscle strength, live independently, and enjoy life fully when they embrace science-backed habits. This isn't just about maintaining muscle. It's about reclaiming control, transforming later years from a slow decline into a season of vitality and freedom. Research from leading institutions like Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and Tufts University highlights 7 powerful habits. from progressive resistance training to managing inflammation and optimizing vitamin D that can slow or even reverse muscle loss. Together, they provide a lifeline to anyone ready to take action. The takeaway is clear. Strength isn't just reserved for the young. It's something you can build and preserve long after gray hair and wrinkles appear. Picture an 85-year-old grandmother in Colorado carrying her own groceries with ease, or a 79-year-old grandfather in Minnesota hiking hills alongside his grandson, no cane required. These aren't rare exceptions. They're living proof that aging doesn't have to dictate your limits. Their secret lies in refusing to wait for decline, choosing instead to face aging head-on with smart, intentional habits, like resistance training, that keep muscles thriving. They also sharpen memory, strengthen bones, and help steady blood sugar, benefits far beyond what most expect. A University of Alabama study revealed that in just 12 weeks of consistent training, seniors gained an average of 3.3 pounds of lean muscle and boosted strength by 35%. It proves that no matter when you start, the body has a remarkable ability to bounce back when treated right. The real concern is that many seniors aren't aware of these habits, or they aren't receiving the right guidance. Too often, doctors still advise older adults to slow down, when science shows the opposite. Physical activity, targeted stress, and smart nutrition are the true weapons against sarcopenia. Consider protein timing. Spreading 25 to 30 grams of protein across meals has been shown by the University of Texas to increase muscle-building efficiency by 25%. Or think about vitamin D. Maintaining levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter cuts the risk of falls and boosts muscle strength by another 25%, according to research in JAMA Internal Medicine. These findings turn the outdated eat less, move less mindset upside down. And that's why this message is so important. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. It's about shifting from passive acceptance to active ownership. The beauty is, you don't need a complete lifestyle overhaul. Small, consistent steps, like adding an egg to breakfast for extra protein or ending your shower with 30 seconds of cold water to activate muscle-protecting mechanisms, can make all the difference. These small adjustments, practiced consistently, set off a domino effect that equips your body to fight aging with strength and confidence. Take a grandmother in Oregon who began light weightlifting at 75 after reading about aging strong. Now, at 82, she proudly lifts her grandchild without assistance. Her story is proof that it's never too late to begin, and that every step, no matter how small, makes a difference. What makes this message powerful is how simple and accessible it is. Habits like using the sauna, trying intermittent fasting, or adding omega-3s don't require special equipment or advanced knowledge. They only require consistency and the understanding that health is built through daily choices. Scientists at the Buck Institute discovered that just 12 weeks of intermittent fasting can improve muscle quality by 10%, while regular sauna sessions can reduce muscle loss by 40%. These aren't just numbers. They're reminders that you can influence your aging journey, one day at a time. And the beauty of this approach is its flexibility. You don't have to rush into a gym, start with a brisk walk, or spend a few extra minutes in the sun to boost vitamin D. An 80-year-old man in Texas once believed he was too old to change, but with creatine and simple resistance bands at home, 6 months later, he was back to gardening without help. Stories like his reveal the power of simply starting. Old age doesn't have to be the end. It can become a fresh, vibrant chapter. These healthy seniors aren't just adding years to life. They're adding life to years, enjoying freedom and joy that even many younger people lack. They're living proof that time doesn't control us. We can shape it. The secret is to begin today, not to race against the clock, but to enjoy your later years to the fullest. You don't need to do everything at once. Choose one habit, give it a week, and notice how your body responds. Because true strength isn't only in muscles, it's in the will to live fully, no matter how many birthdays have passed. There you have it. 7 science-backed habits showing that age doesn't have to steal your strength. Your golden years can be as vibrant as your younger days. From lifting weights with purpose to timing your protein wisely, these aren't tricks for just a few. They're tools anyone can use to take charge of the future. So, what resonated with you most today? What's one change you're ready to try in your own life? Maybe it's starting with a cold shower, or simply tweaking your breakfast routine. Whatever it is, remember, small steps can spark big changes. Here's to aging strong and living with vitality. Wishing you health, happiness, and peace. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint.